Hi, welcome to my allotment update. Apologies for not posting earlier. We've just had pretty much non-stop rain for a couple of months now, and I've had technical issues as well. But here I am, I'm back. It's late winter, mid-February, and I'll show you what's going on my plot. Well, the first thing, which is lovely, is my witch hazel is flowering. You see there? I can't smell it at the moment. I couldn't smell it last year, and I'm hoping that as it gets bigger or older, the scent will improve, because that's kind of one of the main reasons I grew it. It's my birthday around this time of year, and it's lovely to have something to look forward to on my plot at this time of year, because it's so bleak. But there's plenty of signs of spring. The birds have been going, just singing and singing and singing for about a month now, flitting all around the allotment. Really glad I left all my seed heads on for them. There's lots of bulbs coming up in the autumn, or actually in the winter. I found some half-price bulbs and put loads of bulbs in all around the plot, so we'll have to see what happens. I have got lots of bulbs anyway, but that's one of my favourite things to plant is bulbs, because you I forget where they are, and they come up all times of the year, depending on what kind of bulb you've got. So there's always something interesting. If you've got enough bulbs, always something interesting coming up, and I find them useful in, near hedges and places like that where it's quite difficult to plant other things, because obviously the hedges take away quite a lot from the soil. So I planted this medlar apple at the end of autumn, early winter. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm interested in unusual fruits. Old fruits that used to be grown here and probably have really high nutritional value or something. Lungwort is flowering. That's really beautiful. Lots of these bulbs seem to sort of just be pushed up out the ground, and I'm not sure whether to cover them again, and I'm not sure why they get pushed up. I noticed this with lots of my other bulbs, and especially snowdrops. There's a lovely clump, and they just keep getting pushed up. I think maybe it's the amount of rain we've had as well. It's been really intense rain, so they're not planted very deep. So this peony, I can't see any signs of life yet. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Let's see around here. So we've got lots of bulbs coming up. That's my Jacob's ladder, which I moved from near the big tree. So hopefully it'll create a lovely patch here of Jacob's ladder. This peony that I got for my sons is coming up. There's these little shoots. Those little shoots there, which I can't see on the big one in the corner, so we'll just have to be patient. That's another little one I planted, and I can see a teeny little bit coming up there. So yeah, I can see that one coming, so that's alive, oh. So this penstemon, I've been looking up what to do. And in early spring I'll take off last year's flower spikes, and I'll do the same with this hyssop, and not take them too far back, because I've killed hyssop before by taking it too far back. This peony, my original peony, I think it's one I got from B&M, I think, but this one does really well. Every year it's getting more and more vigorous, which is fantastic. These bulbs are coming up. These look like tulips. I've been clearing lots of stuff I don't need off my allotment. Not sure what to do with these wheelbarrow frames. They were on the top of there, but I think they might be a bit heavy. And they were getting blown off in the wind, which is crazy to think about. That's really dangerous. So I've decided around here I'm going to level it and put a nice brick layer all along there, nice and flat, and have that grey, I don't know if you can see behind the wheelbarrow, just underneath this grey sort of box I made. It's really a good sitting height, this one here. So that was in the polytunnel, and I brought it out in the winter because last winter the rats got into it and were nesting in it, because it's not sealed properly. It's more for pots and netting and stuff like that, but anyway, the rats got in last year. So I'm going to be putting that along here with one of my big water butts. Soon, hopefully, my friend will help me put the guttering back on here, and we're going to have it on this side here. So we're going to put the guttering along the fence. And also going to be raising this bit up here a bit. So we'll be raising that bit up there. This timber on top of here is to finish off my pergola thingy. I'm going to be putting fascias around the outsides near the top where a fascia board would be, and behind there I'm going to put some hooks and have probably some clear heavy duty tarp that I could drop down if it's really windy and cold on 3 sides. I think that'll make it, I'm trying to make it useful all year round. And a lot of water gets in there obviously at the moment because this porch bit is really, really leaky. So I finally ordered some new material for that. That should be arriving next week, so I'm hoping to get this job finished next week. That's hopefully it won't be raining, so that, because we can't do it in the rain. So that big blue water butt there is going to be going in that corner there. The small water butt is going to be the overflow for that big green one, which will give us a lot more room here. What else can I show you? Oh, I've been having lovely greens off here. Purple sproutings. I'm just starting to make some flowers. It's just starting to make some of those gorgeous sprouts. I don't want to open it, it's really fussy to open still because I haven't finished making it easier to open. I think the rats are getting the spinach, I'm not sure, but there's something that keeps getting in there, and there's always shredded leaves everywhere of my spinach. So I'm not sure what that is. It must be rats because I don't think this pigeon net is too small for the other things that cause trouble on here, which is the squirrels. Let's see, I bought a dahlia again from my local shop, and I've popped it in there, but I'm not sure anything's going to happen there because it might have just rotted off by now. I kind of maybe should have hung back a bit. So this bed's going to be really full of daisies. This thyme's doing really well, lavender's doing well, rose is just starting to get going. It's meant to be a climbing rose, so I'm hoping, but not a vigorous one, so I'm hoping to train it up against the fence. Oh, this rosemary that I put in the end of autumn, that's doing really well. So one thing that I've noticed on my plot since I took my full polytunnel down, and only have kind of a third of my polytunnel as an actual polytunnel and the rest is a fruit cage, it was trenched all the way along to keep it in, obviously the trenching method. And every year that there was heavy rain, there were massive puddles everywhere that just wouldn't drain away. And it backs up all the way to the hedge. So all that bit there between those boxes and the polytunnel was just a big puddle, which wouldn't drain away. And since I've taken the trenching out, the drainage has improved massively on my plot. So that was a massive job. Probably one of the biggest jobs I've ever had to do was spade out all that soil that we used for the trenching. That was really tough to do. So no need for it on this site because it's really sheltered. Right, so pond, frozen. As you can see there, we had a really, really cold night. Marsh marigold, putting on some lovely growth there. Still got some pond plants, even though I cleared loads. Let me show you what's happening in the polytunnel. I finally got round to potting on the little seedlings that have sort of just sat there all winter, so I've moved them. I've just got a new, I've got a thyme and some hollyhocks in there, and I took a little cutting of the Guelder rose, but I'm not sure that's going to do anything. So in here, this is just starting to get going, my chard, and I popped in the rocket, but I'm pretty sure that's just going to flower straight away because I left it too long. The winter purslane, this is watercress, and it does really well in the polytunnel in buckets of soil, and I just try and keep it a bit damp. But it certainly doesn't need to be in running water or anything. I've had plenty of fantastic watercress grown like that. So these bits here are getting going. This lettuce, some corn salad, and a winter spinach, which I obviously put in way too late. So yeah, it's not fantastic what's growing on here, but it's been a really difficult winter for all sorts of reasons, not least because of all the rain we've had. So I think that's mostly what I can show you what's happening on my plot at the moment. I'll probably be using the this drum. It's just a barrel. I'll probably be using that for my compost system. I finally managed to order a tumbler compost thing. It's a Draper one I've decided on, so fingers crossed that's going to really work. It's 180 litres. They don't promise compost in 2 or 3 weeks like most of the other cheap crappy ones do, so that gave me some hope that it would actually work and be really robust, and not just add to the massive mountain of plastic waste. These bulbs are coming up here, lots of daffodils. These hopefully are bluebells. I've taken the white bells out because they take over. These are just starting to flower. These are the ones that I had to keep putting more soil on because they were just sat on the surface. Periwinkle's getting going. I love periwinkle. It's a really good, I think it's a really good herb, and they're gorgeous flowers. That compost heap, I've been trying to move it, but I think probably what I'll do is just try and grow some climbers up it for now, because it's really heavy and wet, and I probably just want to leave it there and not add to it at all. So the berries have all finally gone from my holly tree. Oh, I can spot one berry that's just up here. There you go. I haven't seen that one. Polytunnel. I've had quite a lot of broccoli leaves of these ones, and I'll probably just take them out soon. But that one looks like it's going to be making a spike, so I'll probably leave it for a little while longer. The blackcurrants are all starting to bud up, and I've taken some cuttings and I put them all around the perimeter of the allotment. Wherever there's a little gap in the hedge, I put a blackcurrant in, because I love blackcurrants, and I think all the squirrels and the little creatures do as well. So I'll have lots in here protected, and then lots around, dotted around, hopefully, if they all take, around the perimeter of the plot. I love the smell of them. I just really love everything about blackcurrants. It's my favourite jam as well. So I think that's the update, mostly what I've been getting up to, which isn't very much. I've mainly just been coming down to have a cup of tea and think about things, and plan for the new year. But it has been a really difficult winter, and I've just had my head in quilting world. That's a really good way for me to try and manage my anxiety, and dancing really helps me manage my depression when I can remember. It's about remembering what helps you to feel better when you're having a difficult time, and my allotment has always been a fantastic place for my mental and physical health, and I'm so grateful that I can come down whenever I want, and just have somewhere nice to sit, and very often find people to talk to. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you get out and about and walk around and look in people's gardens and chat to people, and yeah, just let's try and build a kinder world. Thank you.